say they are prepared for virtually anything and everything.
Some are even ready for the end of the world, they say. They call themselves preppers, dedicated to making sure they're ready for the very worst, whenever and however it may occur. News Channel 5's Dan Corcoran has the details in tonight's special report.
Why do they do it?
You could live out of this thing for a week.
What exactly are they preparing for?
It's clear. This is a great family home defense gun.
More South Floridians are proudly identifying themselves as preppers. After years of living this lifestyle under the radar, some of these preppers are going public.
You do become a target if you sit and tell everybody in the world that you've got something that they want. So you just keep it to yourself.
Charley Hogwood, a former military man, was at one time measuring radiation levels in Chernobyl. Later, he was on the front lines here at home after Hurricane Andrew, time and again in the heart of devastation.
You're always going to have people that always feel somebody will be there, there'll always be food on the shelves, that the store will always have what you need, that there'll always be gas in the pumps. But we know from being down here after a hurricane or before a hurricane, things are not so comfortable.
Charley is a self-proclaimed prepper.
When it comes to prepping, people are accepting it. The trend is there. People are seeing it's not that hard and it's really not that crazy.
So what is prepping? Right now, it's the focus of a National Geographic Channel reality TV show.
You don't go into combat without water, beans, and bullets.
Gun-toting, mask-wearing, end-of-the-world obsessed doomsday preppers. The lives of most preppers, though, are much less dramatic, but still very dedicated to constant preparation for a potential disruption in social or political order.
The smoke and mirrors that everything's okay, the government's going to fix everything. People realize, maybe that's not true.
Neal Wiseman left the real estate business when the housing market crashed. Now he's a gun shop owner and an online facilitator for the Florida Preppers Network, covering West Palm Beach south to Miami.
I think there's going to be a return to tribal living of sorts, where people form alliances in their communities.
South Florida preppers are quietly preparing, stockpiling supplies, ammunition, gasoline, clean water, and a long-term supply of food.
How long does something like this last?
Yeah, between 6 and 25 years, depending on the product.
Neal says he has reserves for his family to live off the grid for up to 12 months. Charley and his loved ones are ready too.
I'd say that if we had to, we could live a year at this point.
Preppers, at times portrayed as extreme, say they are simply prepared.
I don't want to be the guy that's hoisted off his roof and by a helicopter, like it happened in Katrina.
I am preparing for a financial collapse, which will result in the end of the world as we know it.
Dan Corcoran, WPTV News Channel 5.
Prepping has gone pro for one of the people profiled in Dan's story. Charley Hogwood recently launched a website and online store for those who want to prep but don't know where to start. We've placed a link on WPTV.com along with Dan's full interviews with some of the preppers.